Welcome, welcome, welcome to day 3 in sovereignty. I am very excited to have you with me today. It's going to be a good day. Are you ready to have a phenomenal, come on, do it with me, a phenomenal hour that is going to actually change your life? Put it in the chat, say hello, let me know. If you're watching this live, I expect your fingers to be moving. If you're watching this on the recording, I expect your fingers to be moving. Today is all about acting with purpose. It's about taking action. There are no sedentary people allowed in this program. So unless you're driving, I want you to be moving those fingers and saying hello. Now, just to establish a few ground rules, please keep the focus on this program about learning and sharing with me, with us here. Please do not use this as an opportunity to message or contact other people, or you will be removed from the program. Okay, so you have been given a heads up now and an opportunity to act respectfully in this group and use it for what it's meant for. It's a space for learning, for growing. It's not for attempting to interact or get in touch with other people. And if I see or hear of that happening, you will be removed, because I have been informed that that has happened. So please, let's continue as we intend to carry on with the integrity that this program has been set up for. Is that a yes? Can I get a yes from you all? Okay. So Donna, who iPhone, if you're driving, keep your eyes on the road and keep your fingers off the phone. Awesome. Hello, hello, hello. So please say hello and let me know that you're here, you're watching, and you're ready for action. So today is all about acting with purpose, right? Yesterday, on the first day, on Monday, we focused on listening to our internal voice. Listening inwards. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, awesome. I love it. We focused on listening inwards and really getting to know what we wanted, right? Yes. And I'm presuming you have done those tasks and that part, because this is a two-sided interaction. This is where you have got to take, it can't be all my energy and you not participating, because that's not the way things work. For things to work, there has to be that energy of giving out and taking in, giving out and taking in. I don't mean giving out as in scolding, I mean giving outwards, like a breath. If I breathe out, if you breathe out, eventually you're going to want to breathe in, right? And if you keep breathing in, eventually you're going to want to breathe out, correct? Yeah. So there has to be a lovely flow of both. And this is what we call an energy exchange. And I expect, because remember, I said we're going to have a conversation, you and I. This is us sitting in the room with each other. This is just not something where you passively sit back. This is you coming with your potency, with your energy, with your power, in the same energy. So I expect an interaction. I would not expect anything less of you. If we were sitting in a coffee shop having a coffee or whatever, you wouldn't just sit there ignoring me. That would be kind of odd. If I was chatting and chatting and chatting and you were just looking out the window. So unless you're driving, okay, unless you're driving, I expect interaction, because I expect more from you. Does that make sense? So I'm coming with you and matching you with the same energy, with you leading yourself in your power. So yes, yes, yes. Hi, Andrew. How are you? Awesome, awesome. Well done. Dana, yes. iPhone, drive on the road. Keep your eyes on the road. Pat, hi, Pat. Okay, we're all here. Okay, so on Monday we looked within. On Tuesday, we started to look at creating wonderful, freeing boundaries, right? So we're getting clearer and clearer. Today, we're taking the next step, and this is acting with purpose. Acting with purpose. So I want you to act. I want you to move. I want you to do now. I want you to put it in the chat. And if you're watching this on the replay, please put it in, move those fingers, and tell me what is your biggest takeaway so far. What is the round it up into a sentence? Type right now and say, what is your biggest takeaway? What's the biggest kind of thing that you're going to utilize? The biggest insight that had the most impact on you, the thing that kind of really got you thinking. What is it? What is it? Was it, I'm gonna, what is it that you've said to yourself, right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to take this action. I'm going to get clear on this. I'm going to take these steps. I'm going to establish strong boundaries. Were you clearer in your communication with the people around you? Did you set yourself some ground rules? Did you make time to do something? What was it that you did? I want to know what it is. We're not moving until you take action. This is about acting with purpose. Remember, it's not passive. Change won't happen by just passiveness. You've got to have the lovely combination of the within and the without energy, of the yin and the yang, of the masculine and the feminine, of the taking action part, as well as the listening in. We've done a lot of the listening. I want the action now. Act, and to make it happen, don't overthink. The mind needs to see us doing it. Absolutely. Absolutely, it does. Decided on increasing my work fees. Oh, good woman. I love that. That's phenomenal. Do. That's really, really good. I love that. I love the breaking it down into step by step. 100%. It's a formula. It is a formula. It's a formula. And when we do it, we see results every single time. We just got to do those steps. Awesome. So to understand the power of our action, strong leadership. This course is all about leading ourselves and leading others, right? Strong leadership abilities are not just about making decisions. They're about learning, and it's about turning those decisions into purposeful actions, isn't it? It's about turning those decisions into action. I'm setting a date and a venue for my event. Awesome. Yes, I love that. That's making a decision and taking action. And then we see the results. See how it works? It's a formula, step-by-step process. So well done. Now I want you to imagine this. We've gone on a gardening theme the last few days. Okay, so for the gardeners here. So today we're going to go for a walk out of the garden and we're going to go into a forest. So I want you to imagine that, your journey has led you to a path through a dense wooded forest. Wooded forest, is that a sentence? Does that make sense? So I love these comments coming in. Don't just dream it. You need to move towards making it happen with clear boundaries. Exactly. You've got to dream it. Do the inside first. The inside always happens first. Everything without happened first on the inside. Right? So we've got to start on the inside. Then we've got to set the decisions. We've got to set the boundaries. We've got to make a clear plan, and then we've got to take action. Yeah? And you helped me to realize that I was beginning to lose my focus. So I'm rethinking and refocusing on my goal. Yes, ma'am, go for it. You got this. You got this. Yes. I love that. I love that. I'm pumped. Okay, so you're in the woods. I want you to imagine that you're in the woods, in the forest, and your values and your goals are the destination at the end of this forest. But empowerment gives you the map. Empowerment gives you the map. And action is what moves you along the path, right? Does that make sense? So your values and your goals are the destination through the path, through the woods. The empowerment is what gives you this map, but your action is what moves you along. Yeah? Taking action is where I always used to stumble in the past. Yeah? But now, those butts, remember those butts matter. Where we put our butt, I always say it, where we put our butt really matters. But now I'm focused on doing things differently. I'm focused on getting curious about how much more action I can take today. Yes? Nod your head if you understand. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so acting with purpose. You know, without taking the steps, you're going to remain at the starting point, no matter how clear your map is. So acting with purpose kind of means taking decisive and intentional actions that align with our values and our goals. It's about moving from intention to action, and leading ourselves to achieve much more in our lives and our businesses and whatever else we want to do. So I want to ask you this. Have you done the tasks? Really, honestly, truly. Have you done the task with the energy of me being the genie and you're writing the stuff down and your wishes are going to be granted? Have you done the tasks? Be honest. Put it in the chat. Let me know, have you done the task? This course is on self-sovereignty, right? Today is about acting with purpose. So have you done the task? You're in a course, in a program on self-leadership. You asked for this. You wanted this. You said, I want to learn how to lead myself. I want to learn how to lead others. Yes, you have. I love that. Go, Andrew. Well done. Awesome. Okay, who else has done it? And it's okay if you haven't, but be honest. Really sit with that. Why didn't I? Why didn't I? Did you not have time? Did you blow it up bigger than what it is? Were you afraid to put it onto paper? What stopped you from taking the action and doing it? What stopped you from doing the tasks if you didn't do them? Start it earlier and we'll go again. Good woman, good missus, well done. Keep at it, keep going, finish it, finish it, finish it, finish the task. Okay, I've done mine. Awesome, Catherine. I'm working on it and getting there. Go for it, Mr. Pat. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so day one was about what you want. Day two was about what boundaries have you put in place. Working on it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah? Stop working and start doing with curiosity. Start doing it with what is this going to bring up for me? What am I going to learn? What am I going to discover about myself in this process? What possible new ideas and new thoughts and new fantasies about things that I might I discover? Oh, I might discover that I actually really want to go on an amazing cruise, something I've never done. Or maybe I discovered that I just, really what really brings me most joy and happiness is just sitting in my garden with my dogs. Or maybe what I really want to do is I want to go all out and become an astronaut, even though I'm 60 years of age, or I want to become a famous actor, or I want to go and rock the world. I want to go and change the world. I want to go and make a difference, whatever it might be. What might you discover in the very act of just really allowing yourself to imagine and go there and imagine that you're writing this letter to the genie of the lamp? Excited to get my hands on the formula. Have you watched day one and day two? I've given you the first two steps. You got day one, you got day two, we're on day three. This is the formula. These are the steps. Yeah? Day one of the formula of the steps was listening inwards, getting clear on what we want. Day two of the formula of the steps was what was it? Empowering ourselves was by establishing strong boundaries, clear boundaries that give us freedom, that give us freedom. And day three today is about acting with purpose, making decisions, acting on them, taking action. Successful people, exactly like the way I told you about the formula yesterday about success. A poverty mindset is a mindset that is in lack. A poverty mindset are people who believe when I have the thing, then I'll go and do such and such, and then I'll feel good about myself. It doesn't work that way. When I have the money, then I'll feel great. No. When I have the man, the partner, the love of my life, then I'll feel good about myself. When I have the house of my dreams, I'll feel safe. When I have the job, the career, the success, then I'm going to feel proud of myself. No. It doesn't work that way. That's not the formula. It's not the formula. It's simple mathematics. It doesn't work that way. So the sooner that we get that, the sooner that we start praying to God and asking for, God, can you bring me the house? Can you bring me the man, the woman, the business, the job, the career, the success, the safety, the love, whatever it is, the sooner that we stop praying for that, the sooner we can actually stop and listen and really hear, ha, aha, the universe has told me over and 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 over the steps. Because a success, instead of a poverty mindset, a success mindset knows the steps. They know the steps. Do you know the steps now? The steps are we be first, be first. When I am in a phenomenal state, then I start doing things with a whole new energy. And then that leads me to incredible results. That's the formula. Be, do, have. When you act and behave a certain way, I don't mean behave as in behave. I mean behave as in embody it. Then you will do the things naturally in the most authentic, flowing way, and then you will get the byproduct, which is the money, the whatever it is that matches that energy. Right? Like what we were saying about yesterday, we can't wish for loads of money because when we get it, we win the lotto and most people lose it because we haven't become the person first that has loads of money. We have to become that person first. Or we say we want a certain type of person, a partner, but we don't become the person that would attract that type of partner. Like, we can't say we want a partner that's X, Y, or Z, but then we don't match that. We're going to lose that partner or never get that partner. Does that make sense? So it's be, do, have. That's the formula. Now, I have another question. I want you to tell me, what are your strengths? What are your strengths right now? What are your strengths? What is phenomenal about you? What is phenomenal about you? Share with me. Share with me. Write it down. Move those fingers. What are your strengths? What are your strengths? Write it down. Share with me right now. You're watching this on the replay. I expect your fingers to be moving. And tell me, what are your strengths? If I was sitting, I bought you coffee right now, and I asked you a question. I said, what are your strengths? What would you say to me? What would you say to me they are? Yeah? A boundary, to love that. A boundary to myself to not allow nonsense thinking to holding me back. Awesome. So did you finish the exercise and then write out how you're going to make sure you're going to make that happen? What steps are you going to put into place to make sure, to guarantee that you are going to do that nonsense thinking? Okay, and what are you going to do if you have it? What is A? I'm not sure what A stands for. Supporting others. Supporting others. Yes. Yes. Nursing and now reflexology to continue to help others. Nursing and now reflexology continue to help others. Awesome. No giving up. Love that. I trust in the process. I'm resilient. I love what I do and offer my clients. Yes. My determination. I like that. Life experience, self-belief, sharing that. I love that. Connecting to new ideas and being resilient to make the ideas resonate with my visions. I love that. So, yeah, keep them coming. What are your strengths? Because a big realization that I have had is that, and the whole reason for this program, Sovereignty, is whenever we are disappointed in life, and what we're most disappointed in is in fact with people, with people, with people, ourselves or other people, right? I love people. I love people too. But we tend to be disappointed. And when we're disappointed about, about ourselves or them as their leadership ability, their ability to lead. And if you actually sit with this for a moment, you will realize that there is no greater truth that has ever been said. I know it's a big claim. There's no greater truth that has ever been said. Yeah, because when you're frustrated with someone who can't make a decision, someone, you go to the bank, you go to a shop and they can't help you. They don't know what they're doing. Or you're with someone, and you're dating someone, your partner, your husband, your wife, and they don't know what to do. It's frustrating. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to apologize. They don't know how to decide, make a decision, make their mind up, get something done. We kind of go like, it's like, why can't you lead yourself? Why can't you make a decision? Why can't you, take control of your life, take charge, do something, don't we feel frustrated, especially with those that we love? Because, yeah, we love people. So don't we get really frustrated with the people that we love most because they don't know how to take charge of their life? Why? Because we see the greatness within them. We see what they're great at. And it's frustrating, isn't it? When you go and visit your parents and you kind of think to yourself, you should know better. You're the parent, for God's sake. You look at your friends and you look how amazing they are. And, you're kind of going, come on, you can do this. Your boss, it's kind of like, what? Huh? You should know. We get frustrated, especially with the people that we care about. Because we're like, come on, I know you can do this. And you see, everything about everything is leadership. Yet, when we face an issue ourselves, it's the hardest thing for us to grasp our own leadership. So the reason I asked you to share your strengths, because what I see in general when I ask this question, and often I do it in a way that I get you to score how easy or how hard that felt. And then I ask you to speak about somebody else that you love and you gush away saying all the marvelous things about them, and it comes so much easier to do. And generally it's harder for us to say good things about ourselves. Am I right or am I right? Okay. In general, we have an issue with our own worth. And we kind of feel awkward saying nice things about ourselves. And we're afraid to say the big things. A lot of the time it's about very kind of practical things, about the things that we've heard people say, but it's not the real big stuff. We don't go out and say, well, I'm phenomenal because I'm just the most incredible person on the planet, and I'm amazing because blah, 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 blah. But we will when we're talking about other people, same people that frustrate us, right? So in general, we have this issue. So and it's an issue with our worth, and we feel awkward to say these things, and we feel, we awkward. We compare ourselves. We're comparing. We're seeing what somebody else wrote. Is that too big to say? Is that too grandiose for me to say that? What are other people saying? I'll wait and see what they say first, and then I'll kind of match that energy. I'm not going to go out there and go, oh yeah, I'm the most amazing thing on the planet. So leadership is a big part of this. Being able to lead ourselves is the greatest gift. If you can lead yourself, with your partner, think about that. If you can lead your partner, if you can lead your kids, if you can lead your parents, if you can lead your friends, if you can lead, in work, in business, in your clients, how lucky are they? How lucky are they to not have to feel that frustration with you? Think about it. How lucky are they? I often, talk about my days in the restaurant business, another lifetime, right? When I had my 3 restaurants. And one of the things, because I've always been a natural leader, leader. And people used to always say they felt safe with me. They felt safe. And I don't think it was because I was a black belt. I don't think they meant it in that way. But they meant like there was a kind of an energy of, maybe it was like a maternal or mothering figure, because I'm very good at being in the energy of that. But it was kind of like, there's someone here that's a leader that's gonna, they don't have to feel frustrated. I wasn't there kind of going, oh, I'm not really sure. I don't know. Um, they didn't have that frustrating feeling. And frustrating feeling is that sense of, oh, come on, will you just take charge? I know you've got it. I know you've got the ability to do it. Will you take ownership of this? Will you stop making excuses and hiding away and shying away? And I know you've got it. And that's uncomfortable to be around. And that causes problems in our relationships when we're around people that we love and we see them not stepping up. So if you can lead yourself, you're lucky. If you learn how to lead yourself, the other people around you are lucky. What an honor to be a great leader, and to be in the company of leaders. And how infuriating isn't it? It is, isn't it? When you're not, when you're relying on them and they're not leading themselves. And it's so easy for us to see it in others. you know maybe you're in a relationship, maybe you have a partner or someone that you love or care about, and you're basically kind of telling your partner all the time what they need to do, what they needed to do. It's so simple. It seems so simple to us. All you got to do is la la la, and you get fired up, and you got to go and get it. Just got to go and do it, and you got to go and claim it, and and you want that energy of, they've got you, they've got it, they've got it, but that's all they needed to do, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. Have you had that experience? They just couldn't do it. And you gave them, you gave them every step of the puzzle. You spelt it out, what you wanted, what you needed, but they couldn't do it. This is actually a self-esteem thing. Leadership and self-worth are so interconnected. It means that you need to be a person who believes that what you're going to do is actually going to work. You need to have such faith in yourself that you know it's going to work. It's got to be the I've got you energy. It's got to be the I've got this energy. It's got to be the energy of I can take it. I've got it. I've got it. I've got this. I've got this. That type of energy. The energy of when you're speaking to other people, I get what you want. Let's do it. Let's do this with certainty, with conviction. Then I can do it. You can do it. We've got this. You've got this. We've got this. That energy. And that's kind of what we want. That's kind of what we want, right? In our friendships with a partner, right? That's what we want in ourselves. But it's so hard then, isn't it? To claim our own power in ourselves. And it's like, generally it's kind of like, I ask you, what's your strength? And it's kind of, I'm really nice. It's kind of that energy. It's kind of, I'm good with people. I'm nice. I'm kind. I like people. I'm a sweet, nice person. But you have so much more than that. This is leadership. It's the kind of leadership that I just go do it. It's kind of leadership that, I'm going to take charge of myself, type of leadership that we are attracted to, that we want to be in. It's the kind of leadership of when, your partner cooks you dinner because you're exhausted and you're working so hard and he makes you the most amazing curry for your dinner. And it's, oh my God, you did this because, you did it without me having to ask you. Yeah, that's sexy. That's attractive. That's enticing. That's it's the energy of we want to be with somebody who says, guess where you were going for dinner tonight? I've made reservations in the theater without you having to hint and ask all the time. We want that kind of leadership. We want the kind of leadership that's confident. Confidence. They go hand in hand too. Does that make sense? So, for example, if a friend doesn't call you, friend that you love dearly and you think the world of, and you're waiting for them to call and you're thinking all these thoughts and you're thinking all these thoughts, and eventually you call them and you ask them, why didn't they call? Oh, I didn't want to bother you. What do you mean, bother me? What do you mean you didn't want to bother me? Bother me? I was waiting for you. Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. How did you not know that? How did you not know? You know, it's frustrating. We expect them to know that they're a leader. We expect them to see everything that we see in them. But instead, when it comes to us, we think it's humble to not know. We actually go, oh, I don't know. I don't know what's great about me. I don't know why I think I'm so great, you know? And when it's our friends, our employers, our boss, our parents, our kids, our spouse do that, when they do that, it's frustrating. When they do it, it's like, huh. But when we do it, we think it's demure. We think it's cute. Cute. It's not cute. It's like, what? What? Who taught us this? Who taught us to not step up and say who we are and claim it? Why can't we own that this is leadership? So this is what I changed. What changed was I decided to be the black belt, a leader for myself first. I know I've got kindness, I've got resilience, I've got determination. I have all these qualities, I have these skills. And, it's also about to be able to see our flaws and our mistakes and be able to say with responsibility, our ability to respond, okay, that was a mistake. I take ownership of that. Let me fix it. Let me sort it. How refreshing it would be to hear that kind of thing more often, wouldn't it? What kind of leadership does it take to do that? But instead, we were actually taught to be kind of like pitiful, like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't mean it. You know, I've said I didn't mean. I'm really sorry. Really, really sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. I didn't know what I was thinking. I didn't know how to do it. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. I apologized. I apologized, didn't I? What more can I do? Okay? That's what we get, isn't it? That's what we do sometimes. We're not taught leadership. We're not taught how to take charge. But we can only grow into great things, greater things, when we learn how to do this. And if you're not willing to be fully in charge of your decisions, then you can't be fully in charge of your purpose, of your dreams, of your plans, of your goals. Because maybe then you just want the validation, the accolades of this. You just want the result without the journey. And as we know, the steps, that's not possible. Because you'll end up then blaming others. You're making excuses, avoiding things, or it can be, this is what I'm doing. I'm going all in. So why are we not taught to take full responsibility? Because if we did, you would become the most powerful person on the planet. So it's about your being, whether it's going to be, you're going to be excellent, or is it just mediocre, or is it terrible leadership that we're going to continue with? So like with this program, like with this, 111 people registered. They said they wanted it. They said they wanted to learn, to discover, to step into self-sovereignty, to lead themselves. 111 people said, yes, signed up, sign me up. I want that. I want to learn how to do that. I want to step into being a leader for myself, for my life, for my people around me. But then they didn't go further. Some watched day one and didn't go further. Some watched day two and didn't show up today. But you did. You did. So that's what makes the difference. So we want to cultivate this ability to decide and act. We want to cultivate this within ourselves. And then we will attract similar match in love, in finances, in business. Otherwise, it's always going to be, why is this on me? Why is this left to me? Why has this happened to me? If you say that, if you're with somebody and you say to yourself, why is it always I'm the one that has to be responsible and take charge and think of things and do things? Because you chose people who can't lead themselves because it made you feel valuable. And I know that's hard to hear, but it's the truth. If you're surrounded by people who don't pull their weight, it's because you felt actually better. You felt better being the leader. But this isn't the type of leadership I'm talking about. I'm talking about we kind of have to stop trying to stand out as the best or trying to fix people. I want to ask you this. How do you feel when people you care about, people that you see the greatness within, make excuses? How do you feel? How do you feel when you see people that you see the greatness in and they're making excuses? Like, I can't do something. I can't do that. I could never run my own business. I could never be a success. I could never la 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 because of my past, because of my childhood, because of this happened to me, because of that happened to me, because, my father abandoned me, because this happened. I came from a poor background, because I didn't have an education, because such and such happened. How do you feel? Do you feel frustrated? Yeah, yeah. Frustrated. We're kind of going, and you see, no, I'm not going to take that from you. Yeah, we want to walk away from them. Yeah, yeah, disappointed, frustrated, exactly. But here's the catch. Here's the catch, and I want you to really think about this and be honest with yourself. When it comes to us, when it comes to you, when you think about ourselves, what are the things that we sometimes say to people or to yourself? Ah, it's always been hard for me. It's difficult. My dad wasn't around. I mean, I'm laughing because I'm being self-effacing. These are all things that I've said. My childhood was so difficult. My dad wasn't around. My mother was a hippie. What do you say? What excuses do you give? What excuses do you give? What do you say? You know, I wouldn't take that excuse anymore from a person that I respect. So I'm not going to take it from you, and I'm not going to take it from me anymore. We can accept the history. We can accept the facts. We can accept that the thought comes up. We can acknowledge it as a valid thought, but I wouldn't accept it as a permanent answer. Okay, you understand? So you struggled. You struggled with this, with that. But now what? You know, that happened. But now what? This is the way it was, but what are you going to do about it now? What will we do? What will we do? It's not like, okay, haha, right. You tell me this. This is what happened to you. You know what? That explains it. Aha, I knew there was something about you. That explains it. Okay. Now I get it. I get it. You're right. You cannot do it. Oh, no way. Now that I know that happened to you back in, 1975. Well, you're right. Nah, you're just not capable. Don't bother. You're not capable. I get it. I get it. We don't want that, do we? What if someone said that to you? What if you said, well, I can't do it. I can't do it because, my life is very hard because la 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 la. You're right. You can't. I get it. You're totally right. You could never do it because of that. How would you feel? You'd be kind of like, well, what? That wasn't the answer I was expecting. Well, no, well, actually, like, what? I didn't expect you to say that to me. You know, what do we want? Do we want the ugly truth? You know, do we want that? Like, what do we want? We want here's the truth. Here's the ugly truth. We actually want someone to say to us, oh my God, you had all that happen? That's what you've been through? Don't say that about yourself. You can't do it. Of course you can do it. You're great. We want someone to say that, don't we? Because then we kind of go, well, actually, okay, actually, well, yeah, I know logically I can do it, but just we kind of wanted to hear it. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. I actually know it, but I want to hear it. Want to hear it, if I keep saying terrible things about myself, then people will say nice things. People will say nice things back. Things that I don't actually really believe about myself, but I'm just going to say I believe it because then I'm going to get people saying nice things back to me. And I get that nice validation because that feels good. I'm used to that. I can have long conversations like that. I can have long, long conversations and tell you all about my hard life and how it's been so difficult and how I don't know if I can do it anymore. And then you're going to say to me, oh my God, Danielle, you're great. Of course you can do it. You're amazing. And I'm going to go, oh, thanks. Thank you. Thank you so much. Don't really believe it, but I do. Deep down, I know I can. But I'm actually just going to say I don't because I want you to tell me how great I am. As kids, that's what happened. That's where we get it from. You know, we try to tie our shoelaces. Oh, I can't do it, mommy. I can't do it. Yes, you can, sweetheart. You can do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. You can. I believe in you. You can do it. Go do it. Oh, I did it. I did it. I did it. Yay! You're amazing. You're a genius. I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. Yay! I can't walk. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. I can't do it. Yes, you can. You can do it. Take the steps. I did it. I did it. Yeah, you're amazing. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too difficult. Can't do it. Yes, you can. You're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, I did it. I did it. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. We get all our love. We get all the validation from these little moments and someone making sure that you were growing up. But then once we're grown, those little moments stop. And we don't get them anymore. But we still want it. So it's just a feeling that we're longing for. It's a feeling that we're longing for. But to lead ourselves, we've got to realize that we're now grown up. And we can get a greater feeling by our own inner validation. This is how we lead ourselves. We become the grown-ups. Otherwise, we're just wasting time. And there comes a day that, that you become the leader, that you own yourself. Yeah. And you start to get validation because we kind of forget that. But we get the validation from doing new things, not the old things from our past. We know how to tie our shoelaces. We know how to walk now. But what about the new things that you don't know how to do yet? Right? We're still looking for the accolade, the validation, the approval, but we're not doing new things to get it. So we start to feel fulfilled in the learning of new things, in your growth. That's great validation. It's like, you know what? I learned a new language. I did it. You did? Wow. At 60 years of age, you started studying how to learn Spanish. Oh my God, that's incredible. Well done. You're amazing. Yes, I did it. It's kind of like, you know what? I didn't know how to work a computer, but I sat down and I figured it out and I worked it and now I feel great. I can go online. I can do X, Y, and Z. It's amazing. Well done. You did it. You know what? I didn't know how to do X, Y, or Z, but I learned how to do it and blah, blah, blah. And I decided to go and study this and like it a lot and I did it and it's amazing. That's great self-leadership. We can celebrate that. It's not validation for what you're already capable of doing, but something new. That's epic. That's phenomenal. I just learned how to do this. That's great. So we don't get it for something that we've already done millions of times over. It's for something new that we can do now. So today, the whole purpose of this is about purposeful action. And to help you take this purposeful action, there's simply 4 steps. And it's a little bit like a formula that I've used a number of times in different programs. And it's called the EASY formula. 4 steps, EASY. And the first one is E for examine. I want you to assess your current situation in your life and identify what actions are needed to be taken. I'm going to give this to you as your little task for today. The second step is act. Take decisive steps based on these values and goals. The third step is S for sustain. Maintain your action consistently to build momentum. And the fourth one is yield. evaluate the outcome, and adjust as necessary. I'm going to give this to you as a little task, homework for today. So that's going to be your goal for today, to start taking action. Does that make sense? And we can have this conversation. We can talk adult to adult, grown up to adult, grown up to grown up in our power, one-on-one, side by side together. Once we get this energy, it's like, let's go. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Let's go. Let's do this. This is what we're building here this week. This is the energy that I want you to come at it with this week. If we don't doubt ourselves anymore, no one has anything over us anymore then. That's the only thing that stops us. You know, a lot of the time it's what stops us is, what will people think? What will people think? You know, let them think. They're not the leaders. You are. You're here. They're the ones that get validation from watching you struggle, from your failures or their perceived idea of your failure. Let them. It's not going to last long. You know, you're going to get back up and up again and back up again. And soon they're not going to have a reason to get the validation from your struggle, because as a matter of fact, they're going to be like, huh? Well, she did it. Oh, well, and I've just been sitting around here watching this and I got nothing done. So this is a big conversation. And if you're able to really face this, if you're able to really look at this, you will find the greatest person inside of yourself, the one with no excuses, the one that keeps going. So I want to do a little bit of a recap. We've looked at the inside, what we want. We've looked at creating strong boundaries so we have more freedom. And we've looked at the fact that leadership means making decisions, developing that muscle and taking action fast. And I want to ask you now to move those fingers and tell me, what are you most excited to implement right now? What are you most excited to implement this week? What are you going to decide to take action on right now this week? Put it in there. I'm going to wait. You're on a program for self-leadership and leading others. So lead yourself and tell me in the comments, what is it? And if you're watching this on the replay as well, take action. Tell me, because if you're not engaging, there's no energy exchange. You're not leading yourself. So what is it? Want to walk away from them? Oh no, that was the last question. So put in the comments and let me know, what are you most excited to implement this week? Getting clear on boundaries and non-negotiables. Yay, I love that. I love that. I love that. What else? What else? The comments might take a few moments to show up. You're all typing. I let go of other people's voices in my head. Yeah, most certainly. Most certainly. People will talk. People will talk. It doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. You're going to end up being the example. They're going to end up looking at you. They're going to end up looking at you and kind of going, oh, I want to be like her. Believe and accept my strengths. Yes, yes. So what step are you going to take to make that happen? To move the needle, to get on that path? What step, what are you going to take action on today? What are you going to implement about that today? Take on a new type of challenge to achieve my goal. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah. Get specific, you know. And over this week, I mean, this is a 5-day free program. There's things that we haven't covered. There's a much, much deeper conversation. There are missing pieces in all of this, you know, or where we could say pieces to go deeper into beyond this program, you know. And there's people that I've worked with that have gone and done the deep work. You know, there's people that I've worked with, like a number, well, hundreds, if not thousands of clients that have taken action, that have gone from feeling stuck to feeling clear, that have gone from feeling lost to feeling love, to feeling, unfulfilled, to having incredible businesses, to feeling not knowing what they wanted to do, to being really, really clear on their lives. From people that have felt unhappy to feeling full of joy of life, from people that have felt lonely to feeling completely surrounded by people, from people that have felt, financially unstable to having financial security. I want you to have results like these, So that is why. So whether you're watching this live or on the replay, for those of you that are watching live, I'm going to take your names down. You guys are going to get a guided hypnosis recording of mine that's worth €297. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. You're going to love it. So I'm going to take your names down before we go. Well, actually, I have it. I have a record of your names. So for the rest of you, for everybody that's watching this replay, and all of you live right now, I'm doing something different. Take frickin' action. Absolutely. I've opened up my calendar once again, and it is very busy because I have a lot of clients, okay, at the moment. And I also have a lot of stuff happening over the next couple of months. And because we need to talk one-to-one. We do. We need to talk one-to-one. So if you're watching this live or on the replay, if you're inspired, if you're ready to take action, and you're serious about your own self-leadership, I want to invite you on a one-to-call with me. Okay, so I'm going to put the link into the chat here for anyone on this call. I know one or two of you are my students. You guys, you don't need to. Okay. But anyone who is not working with me, I expect you to go and book onto that Calendly call now. There's some spots for tomorrow. There's some spots for Friday. Let's have a conversation. I want to invite you on a call. And this is a call to really, really, this is a live game plan call. This is a call to really get clear on your plan, on what you're going to do. And we're going to, on this call, I'm going to help you. We're going to look at getting clear. We're going to get clarity on where you want to go in your life, what you want to do, what you want to achieve. So make sure that you have gone and booked on your Calendly call. For anyone who has not worked with me as yet, you need to get on this call. We're going to look at how to get clarity. We're going to look at uncovering what it is, what the blocks are that need to be unblocked, what needs to be looked at, what elements, are still stopping you from getting the things that you want to do. Okay. And then we're going to see if it suits you, if it's suitable for you, if it's a right fit for you and for me. Because I actually have a wonderful program, and I have a new program that I think might fit you because it's all about leadership. Okay. And I want to see if you're the right fit for us to work together. So do you want to work with me? Do you want to work with me? Do you want to see what is possible with you? Do you want to see if this is the right fit for you? Because, I've had so many questions over these past couple of days, people messaging me privately, and I can't answer them all this week. That's why I want to get on a one-to-one with you, So today is the day. This is the day. You're watching this on the replay. I'll be putting the Calendly link as well in the Facebook group. Go book your call. This is an opportunity. Let's see. Let's see where those blocks are. Let's see what's been holding you back. Let's see what would be a good fit for you to move forward, to take action, to get those dreams, to get those things that you want. I've watched hundreds, as I said, if not thousands of people reaching their goals, having their dreams, having a more fulfilling life, and I want to help you do it. So book in a call with me. This is the start of your true leadership, self-leadership journey for you and for others. And this is what it's about. This is about acting with purpose. This is about acting with purpose. So go and book your call. I've opened up spots. I'm excited to speak to you individually and hear what you've got from this, what has come up for you, what is the journey that you're on, what is it that you want, and let's see if this is right for you. Okay, When you act with purpose, you are embodying strong leadership. You show up for yourself and others. You got to show up. You turn your intentions into reality. That's how things change. Okay. And this causes a ripple effect. Tomorrow, we're going to explore how to drive consistent success, the consistency of this into the future. We're going to focus on how to maintain this focus and this commitment to achieve your goals and your results. And we're going to discuss some strategies, how to stay motivated and sustain this progress in the long term. Does that sound good? Thank you, thank you, thank you for your active participation. I'm very excited to be on a call with you and to see you and have a conversation. And I'm very excited for tomorrow because it's going to be even more spectacular than today, if that is possible. I would love to hear your breakthroughs. I'll be putting up some stuff about the Calendly link and also your task for today. And that is pretty much it. And I look forward to talking to you one-to-one and tomorrow, same time, same place. Mwah! Have a wonder-filled day. See you very soon. Bye.